Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, my podcast, Justified Talks. I go by the name of Sabine. And I ain't even gonna front, like this is the third attempt at making this video about success. So third time's a charm, that's one. And two is once I complete this video, that in itself will be me succeeding after attempting to do it three times. So, welcome everybody. Those who are watching, those who will watch later, those who will watch years from now, those who will watch tomorrow, those who will watch next year. Doesn't matter. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about success and what it means to me. I was going to say what it means to you, but you can't tell me what it means if you ain't here. It's only me here. So, in the dictionary, success is defined as the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. Now, ever since we were children, they have been embedding success in our head because when I went to school, like elementary school and middle school in Florida, in the morning there would be an aim on the board. And whatever the aim was, we would have to, you know, succeed at it. Huh? See how they was embedded that in us? That's lit. So I think that's pretty awesome. But to me, success means a lot of different things. You can succeed at a lot of different things. Like for instance, growing up, I didn't really like to play outside like that. I played with dolls and stuff, and you know, I made little dresses for my dolls and stuff like that. So, and if I did go outside, I did like girly things outside. Like I jumped rope, I did hopscotch and stuff like that. But I wasn't riding no bike. I would probably get on a scooter or drive in one of them little cars or whatever when I was, you know, little. But I never really like rode a bike. And every time I tried to ride a bike, I would be the one time I tried to learn to ride a bike, my mom tried to teach me how to ride a bike. We lived in Brooklyn. Granted, that's a concrete jungle, okay? She got me the prettiest pink bike ever, okay? It was pink and white and purple. And pink is my favorite color, as you can see. Pink, white, purple, and it had the little tassels on it and a basket in the front and everything, right? So, um, my mom was mad tough. So me, her, and my brother went outside in Brooklyn, okay, riding. So they got me to get on the bike. I started riding the bike, and I fall, right? So when I fall, I'm like, no, crying and shit, cause I'm, I don't want to hurt myself. Like I don't want to bleed, like. So I'm riding the bike or whatever. I go a second attempt, ride the bike, and then I fall off again. So my mother gets so mad and she's like, "You can't figure out how to ride the bike, so I'm gonna throw it away." She never gave me another chance to ride the bike. So she took the bike and she put it on top of the trash outside. So I never got to ride the bike again. So I was like, all right. So I ended up moving to Florida. When I moved to Florida, like I said, I was not riding no bike. I wasn't rollerblading. I wasn't doing none of that. I was jumping rope. I was going to the park and going on a swing. Like I wasn't, I was playing with my dolls and all that. So I never learned how to ride a bike. So it wasn't until I was like, I think I was like 27. And I be telling people like, yo, I ain't know how to ride a bike for mad long. So it wasn't until I was 27. I was at the park with my sister and her boyfriend and a whole bunch of our homies, and we was just chilling. There was a bike there, and my sister's boyfriend was riding the bike around or whatever, and I'm like, yo, let me try that. Like, he's like, what you mean try? I'm like, I don't know how to ride a bike. And he's like, you don't know how to ride a bike? I'm like, I don't know how to ride a bike. He's like, you not dead ass, son. I'm like, nah. So then I went into the bike story and her putting the bike on the trash and, whatever. So I got on a bike and I rode it. And I was like, oh snap, I can ride a bike. That was a big, that was big for me, man. Cause my whole life, even in my teens, like all my homies would be riding up and down the street. Even my sister had the illest bike. She had a mongoose. The mongoose bikes was mad bread, and then she had the pegs on the back and the pegs on the front. So she would be riding, and her homies would be on the back, and somebody else would be on the front. And they be riding all fast up and down the block, and I'm like, and I'm on a porch and shit, just looking at them, and I'm like, damn, son, like I never learned how to ride a bike. And then I learned, and I was like, oh shit, that's a form of success for me. You feel me? And that was the same year I learned how to drive a car at 27. And in New York, you don't gotta drive no car. You do not have to drive no car. First of all, parking is trash unless you live in the suburbs in Long Island. Like I used to live in Long Island for a little while. Unless you live in the suburbs, if you live in Brooklyn, one day you park on the left, the next day you park on the right. Like all the cars gotta face one way. Like all types of weird shit. So we taking trains, we taking buses, we taking taxis, we taking dollar vans, we taking all that. We're not just taking, you know what I'm saying? We're not driving in New York. So I ain't learned how to drive till I was like 27. Mind you, I had my permit from I was 17. So from 17 to 27, I never drove. I drove a couple times, but I was like scared behind the wheel again because my mother did some shit. I was like, dang, bro. Damn, son. Like, man. So my homie was like, yo, and he drove a Jag. And he was like, yo, hop in the V with me real quick, son. We going to the store. And I'm like, all right. So I go to get in the passenger seat. And he's like, nah, you got to get in the driver's seat. And I'm like, why I got to get in the driver's seat? I don't drive. He said, you do today. So he's like, all right. So get in the car. So I get in the car. I start driving and shit. He's like, yo, the wheel is your best friend, son. You gotta love the wheel. You gotta caress the wheel. You feel me? And then, when you turn it, you gotta know you gotta let it go because you gotta trust the wheel. All this extra shit. And I'm like, all right, boom. So he's like, yeah, make this left right here. We make the left. And he's like, I turn the wheel all the way to the left. So I turn the wheel all the way to the left. And he's like, all right, put your foot on the gas, put your foot on the gas. Turn the wheel all the way to the right. And I'll turn the wheel all the way to the right. He's like, all right, just keep spinning. Just keep spinning. I'm like, is this Nemo, nigga? Why are you talking about keep spinning? Like, he's like, yo, just keep turning. And I'm doing donuts. And he's like, all right, stop. Let's go to the store. So we drive into the store. He's like, yo, put the volume up on the music. I'm like, nah, you can't do that. He said, yo, if you're gonna drive, you gotta be distracted in all forms and you still gotta pay attention. I'm like, how you gonna be distracted and pay attention? He's like, yo, you gotta do it. So he put the music all the way up. After he put the music all the way up, he passed me the spliff. He's like, yeah, hit the spliff. I'm like, I'm driving. I can't hit the spliff. Nah, you got to hit the spliff. So I'm like, okay. So I hit the spliff and I'm driving, music blasting. I bust a right and then I made another left and bust another right. And I was at the crib and I was like, oh shit. He was like, you see, G's? It's easy, G's. You lit, G's. You learn how to ride a bike and you could drive. Funniest shit ever, bro. But that was big for me too. Cause when I first tried to learn how to drive, yeah, I almost ended in somebody's front like living room. Like my mom told me to make a U-turn in a truck. like a SUV, like a Jeep Cherokee. First time ever, she's like, yo, make this U-turn. I'm like, make this U-turn? What you mean? She's like, make a U-turn. So I made a U-turn and I ended up on somebody's lawn, almost in their front yard. And I was like, yo, I ain't never driving with you again, bro. And I never drove with her again, bro. Never, son. Now she wanna come out here and have me driving her around and shit, right? But anyways, that was a success for me as well. And at that age, man, I was going through so much shit. I was like, man, fuck, man, I gotta get the fuck out of here, son. Like, I cursed, my bad. But yeah, I gotta get out of here. So I did. When I did, I did everything that I had to do to be where I'm at right now. So shout out to me. But yeah, like that was success for me. That was a big success for me, man. That, you know what I'm saying, being able to do a lot of shit by myself for a long time. Um, yeah, man. I wish I could see y'all comments, like if y'all commenting and shit, but I can't see nothing. But yeah, but I got like this coming on this live tonight is big for me. I be procrastinating, bro. I be procrastinating like a motherfucker, but I was like, man, fuck it, man. What is there to do? What is there to do? We ain't gonna do nothing else. Might as well. Like my homie be saying, might as well. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, I see we got people in here, whatever. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Welcome to my channel. Yeah, Justified Royalty on Instagram. And I do a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I hope y'all tune in more often because I be on here. I'm gonna be on here. I'm gonna be on here. This my second live. My last live, it was a little somber. It was some Valentine's Day shit, oh love this and oh love that and massacres and this and massacres and that. But I'm gonna be on here. I'm gonna talk my shit. You feel me? I think I'm gonna have to put like a explicit content button on here because although I talk like this around my little family, my peoples, my nieces, my nephews, although I talk crazy like this around them, other people might not want you talking like this around their kids. You feel me? So I'm gonna have to put like one of them little E buttons in the corner for explicit as a motherfucker. Do you hear me? But yeah. Oh yeah, and I completed something else today. Yo, I completed something else today, man. I completed something else today, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. But it was big for me. You know what I'm saying? It was real big for me. Like it was an aim and a purpose. And I what was it? Executed that motherfucker. You feel me, nigga? I executed it. And I was like, man, please. Ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing you cannot do if you put your mind to it. Just like when I went to Denver and I went up that mountain, okay? My scary ass. I'm scared of heights, but we still went all the way up that mountain. We got in that tube and we slid down it and went back up it again, got in that tube and slid back down and got back up it again and slid back down. On after that one, I was like, yeah, nah, I can't go back up it because god dang, it was crazy. But I enjoyed it. And it was so exhilarating being all the way at the top, knowing that I was scared of heights. I was all the way at the top. And as soon as I got there, I was like, oh shit, that was lit. Yo, now I see why, now I see why y'all be doing the things y'all be doing, cause y'all be having a ball, son. The like a couple months ago, we went and we threw a hatchet. We was throwing hatchets at this little spot we went to. We was throwing hatchets and stuff. that was, that was out of the norm for us, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes doing something that's not normal and succeeding at it, boy, that feeling, ooh, that's juicy. Ooh, I should start rapping. Ooh, that's juicy. Ooh, that's juicy. Nah, let me chill. But yo, shout out to y'all for coming through and listening to me, you know what I'm saying? Telling y'all my little success stories, and what success means to me and and how I'm gonna continue to success, you know what I'm saying, to succeed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I hope y'all having a good time watching this. I hope I got y'all laughing because I'm funny. And I ain't got to tell y'all I'm funny because if you know me, you know I'm funny. So, yeah, man. I wish I could see if what y'all was saying. Like, I see I got likes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I can't see any like chat or anything. Maybe it's because I'm in the studio. Talking about studio, I used to be in the studio back in the day. Listen, I used to be singing. I used to be doing all types of. I can't even sit here and say I ain't. Yo, I had to do a talent show one time, and the girls in the group was like, "Yo, when we done singing and everything, you should turn around and you should hit them with one of these because you know you love to do one of these, right?" And I was like, "No, I'm too shy. I'm gonna be too shy up there singing anyway. Like people know you can sing, but it's like for me to get on a stage and sing in front of tons of people, it's like, oh." So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And it was like, Sabine, you should do it. So we get on stage or whatever, get on stage and I'm like, "Hi, yeah, my phone rang about 3 in the morning. Thought it was you with your best friend calling. We was uh, yo, we was killing that shit. So we going in or whatever. And then at the end they was like, go Sabine. And I was like, go Sabine. I was like, oh, okay. Hey. And with the but I did it. I did it, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit was lit though. It was lit. I had a good time too. And we definitely won that talent show. Yep. 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 I've done many, 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 many things. I've tried out for what's the show when they got the chair and they turn around? And they turn around and they hit the button. The voice. Yeah, I tried out for that shit. Like what they show you on TV, that's cap. That you go through mad shit. I tried out for American Idol. Was in a cold ass stadium for like 16 hours. You got me in a cold stadium for 16 hours, and then you want me to go stand up in front of you and sing like my voice not tired, like I ain't take several naps in the stadium, like, and then yeah, I don't shake people's hand. I understand that. No, I don't. But I mean, just a terrible experience. People who go through that and succeed at it, kudos to them because what a terrible experience. Oh my God. And then the X Factor, the is that what it's called? No, the voice. The voice ain't bad though, but they put you in a room with like 10 people. So when you in that room, the first person, they sing, then let's say you number 10, you gotta watch all these people sing. Granted, that's fine, because I know I could sing. So y'all could sing, and then I'ma sing. Man, they put me in a room with a bunch of fucking idiots, bro. I'm not even gonna say idiots, but none of them could really sing. It was like me, this one girl, and another girl and a dude. So out of the 10, only 4 could sing, right? And then there was a lady in there, she was like 50, bruh. I'm like, why y'all group me with this group? Nobody from the group got chosen. You know what's crazy though? Somebody from that group could be telling this same story and could be saying that I couldn't sing. That's funny. That's a joke. But one of the girls I still talk to regularly on Instagram, but it's like That room, when we walked out of that room, we was like, man, we ain't gonna get it, bruh. Maybe that could be it too, because manifesting is very real. And the tongue is very, yeah, it's very, 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 very mighty. But because you could say something and never think it's gonna happen and it happens. But those people they put us in the room with, and then I was just like, man. But you when you go to like things like that, you go like not as yourself as a persona, like this is who I am. I am this person. Like kind of like how Beyonce got Sasha Fierce, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, she had Sasha Fierce, but like you go to these things like I'm going to like, and then they be like, yeah, nah, next. You like, oh, yeah, you're not, you're not what we're looking for this season. So what season will you be looking for? Like, call me when you ready for my type of flow. You feel me? Like, cause we not with man. Not that I didn't succeed at that, but I didn't fail because I still could sing. And I just don't want to be on one of y'all raggedy ass shows. How about that? However, comma, I don't know who you thought I was. But this is who I am. And y'all better not try to use that because it's copywritten, okay? Because I don't know who you thought I was. I don't know who you thought I was. But this is who I am. You heard? And I want to thank y'all for coming out. I will be back on today's Thursday, Saturday. I'm gonna come back Saturday. I might have a little, a little shot or whatever with y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'll be back and we'll have a whole different topic. And you know what I'm saying? For those of you who follow me on Instagram, hit me in the DM and tell me what you think the topic should be, you know. Um if you know me, you know me. If you know the kind of topic, and you know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying? My handle is at Justified Royalty. Um, you know what? Before I do go, there is something else I did do that is another success for me. Recently I became a Nike digital creator. Nah, listen, listen. Hmm. I don't know how many people they hitting up. I don't know how many people they hitting up, but they hit me up. You hear me? And then they hit me up to do like feedback on stuff like, like surveys or whatever. So, I can't wait to do that, you know what I mean? And get a little bit more into that and tell y'all more about it. But I'ma holla at y'all. Yo, follow me on the gram, like, subscribe, follow, share. That's what they be saying, right? Yo, yeah, like, follow, subscribe, follow, share, all that, all that, all that. I had already put this on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter as Jolie Sabine. I'm Justified Royalty on Instagram. I'm Justified Royalty everywhere. I'm about to change my government. My first name gonna be Justified. My last name gonna be Royalty. Shout out to y'all for coming through. I love y'all. I don't know who you thought I was, but this is who I am.